then ready to be presented.
Appearing before the Committee on Government Assurances on Wednesday, State Minister for Trade Harriet Ntabaazi informed MPs that representatives from South African fuel companies will be in the country today to continue negotiations with government on how to acquire export cheaper fuel. The minister further revealed that since South Africa holds a non-aligned position on the war between Ukraine and Russia, it had access to cheaper fuel from Russia.
So South Africa, we are in collaboration and we have worked with the ministers of South Africa, and some companies have been identified to supply this country with fuel. We are still with negotiations, in negotiations with them. On Friday, they will be arriving in the country for me to present them to the Minister of Energy.
However, the Permanent Secretary for Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, Irene Bateebe, told the Committee on Natural Resources that no negotiations are going on with any South African fuel companies. Instead, she added that South Africa is also looking for cheaper fuel elsewhere.
She was referring to engagements she had at the World Trade Organization, where South Africa reported that they are looking at new markets where to pick products from. And they were in discussion, or they had concluded discussions with the government of Saudi Arabia to get products to South Africa. She didn't say we can pick from South Africa. She said South Africa was now looking at other markets for their products.
South Africa doesn't provide fuel. It also buys fuel from elsewhere. So how do you go to another party who is also buying fuel and you are saying he's going to supply you fuel? I think maybe something was wrong with the minister that time.
Bateebe says the only fuel negotiations she's aware of are those with Saudi Arabia.
And again, I think it was Saudi Arabia, because the discussion that is ongoing is with IDB of Saudi Arabia, but Minister of Finance. So I'll request.
I would take it that a committee of parliament was duped.
No, it was the press, the way they captured it.
Surprisingly, at the time Minister Ntabaazi talked of importing fuel from South Africa, Bateebe was present in the committee and never made any clarifications. The fuel dealers have also warned against any attempt to import fuel from South Africa, since the product is at the same price, like in Uganda before the transportation costs.
A litre of petrol today in South Africa, in Gauteng, Johannesburg, is 6,500 liters, 6,500 shillings equivalent. I think let's put that into consideration.
To acquire sufficient fuel, the Ministry of Energy is asking for 80 billion shillings to fund what it is calling the National Strategic Fuel Reserves. Herbert Ziwa, NTV Weekend Edition.
And find a solution.